welcome back to my channel. It is Dawn Danielle here at Solo Soul, and today we are talking about day life in Tokyo, things to know and places to go. Tokyo's expensive, Tokyo's expensive, Tokyo's expensive. Now that I've covered that, I want to let you know that Tokyo's expensive. You have been warned. I had so many traveling friends tell me before I arrived, just as a heads up, and I just didn't want to believe it, but I found things adding up so quickly when I was in Tokyo. I stayed in a hostel like I did in Seoul. The one I stayed in this time was much quieter. The one I had in Seoul was like a party hostel. This was like a very quiet, peaceful, like zen hostel. And I think I was in Asakusa, so I wasn't like in the city, but Asakusa is very beautiful and it's a good district as well. And even then, it still added up for the week I stayed there. That said, transportation added up as far as getting around. And shopping, I just bought souvenirs. I couldn't do any serious shopping just because the cost was getting so high. Food's pretty affordable. I fed myself pretty well. That's the one thing I would say is pretty average. Japanese transportation was a challenge as well. I mean, overall, I got around just fine. Anyways, it was a little bit difficult. Once again, I used Google Maps to get around, but there are different lines run by different companies. I got myself a Pasmo card. Apparently there's a Pasmo card and then a Suka card. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly, but I think they do the same thing pretty much. One just might have more coverage than the other. You'll have to do your research on that. Personally, I just used my Pasmo card and I got around. I reloaded it at the metro and used that to get pretty much everywhere, or I walked. There's also a thing called the JR Rail Pass that I learned from my traveling friends. If you're looking to go outside of Tokyo, say to Osaka or Kyoto, you can use that, you can pay for that, and apparently it's cheaper to go to those cities using the JR Rail Pass than it is if you were to fly or other methods of transportation. Personally, I didn't look into that. I decided to stay in Tokyo. I figured it was enough to get lost in Tokyo versus getting lost in all of Japan, so there's that. But that said, getting around and just my accommodations was fine. I did a lot of walking, but I still used the metro a little bit. One thing I loved about Japan was their toilets, surprisingly. So I forgot to mention this in my video about Seoul, South Korea, but Seoul, they have these bathrooms. It's the first time I saw this, where the whole bathroom is your shower. You have a toilet, you have a sink, and then the shower is basically a hose on the wall, and there's a drain in the middle of the floor, and the whole thing's your shower. That's something that really caught my eye in Korea, and I did like it. It was a little annoying because you have to wear shower shoes when you're going into the bathroom because the floor is always wet. And when I was staying in a hostel, it was even worse because there was one pair of shoes and everyone was like wearing the one same pair and going into the wet bathroom to do whatever, and I wasn't a fan, but that's because it was a hostel. I feel like if I had my own place in Korea and my whole bathroom was a shower, I'd be kind of fascinated by it. That said, in Japan, they have the most epic toilets. Oh my gosh, I had so much fun using the bathroom in Japan. I know that's a weird thing to say. Their toilet system is so amazing. So basically, if you've heard of bidets, which are basically the toilets that like clean you up after you're done using the bathroom, Japan has like this super advanced, it feels like some kind of robot bidet where basically there's a huge remote on the side of your toilet and there's all these different features. Do you want to wash up with hot water or cold water? Do you want the water shooting forward or backward or in the middle? I can play music. Are you doing number 2? I can play music for you. those are the toilets they had. It was such an interesting experience. There was one in the hostel I stayed at where there was a sink on top of the toilet. So where the lid would usually go, you can use the bathroom and then wash your hands in the sink that's connected to the toilet. Of course, I have to mention that the first time I saw a transformer toilet like that was when I arrived to Tokyo. I was at the airport. I was looking at all these buttons. I was wondering why my toilet was trying to play music and spray me with hot water and all these weird surprise attacks that it features that it had. It was really cool, but anyways, enough about toilet business. Let's talk about places to go in Tokyo. So I noticed this in Seoul too, but Tokyo was more full of districts. It was kind of the same. I went to Tokyo expecting like Times Square, New York, but with more manga advertisements, so to speak. But it's more districts, so you have like Akihabara, Shinjuku, Shibuya, and all these different districts are known for different things. You can go here because it's the party district. You can go here if you're trying to hang out with the locals and find more affordable souvenirs. You can go here if you're trying to get into anime and manga, or if you want to go to a maid cafe. There are all these different districts you can go to. I went to Shinjuku and I saw you can go up to the Metropolitan Building for free and get a very beautiful view of the city. I highly suggest going there. There's also the Tokyo Sky Tower and the Tokyo Sky Tree. Now, I believe you're able to go up in both of them. I didn't check out the Sky Tower, but I went to the Sky Tree Mall. The Sky Tree is basically attached to this huge mall below. There are a lot of cool shops there. I would suggest checking out Daiso, which is like the very cheap yen coin store of Japan. They have a lot of cute things too if you're into that. If you're going for your, pop culture and love of nerd, they definitely have a lot of shops there. There was a Pokemon shop I passed by, a Kirby cafe, all sorts of cute stuff. I went to another mall. It wasn't in this area, I forgot what area it was, but a local had taken me there and there was lots of comics and just everything anime and manga and just it was really, really great. So there's a lot of shops you can go to get your love of pop culture and all things geek. I also went to Odaiba, which was really cool. I noticed one thing about Tokyo, it was very city. So much city. It's definitely concrete jungle. And if you're looking for more nature, you can go to Odaiba. There is a beach there, very beautiful bridge, lots of places to check out. That was really nice as well. Overall for Tokyo, I think they're very big on the districts, at least from what I picked up as a tourist. So I think it's important based on your interest to figure out where you want to go, what you want to check out, and pick out a district from that. I stayed in Asakusa, which was a very quiet residential area. There are some very beautiful temples around that I'm going to talk about in my next video, and just calm place to be and relax. But that said, you can go to Akihabara and go check out all the manga and anime, or you can go to Shibuya at night and party your heart away, things like that. You just kind of have to know what district you want to go to. And that said, there's a lot of cute stuff. There are more animal cafes. I heard about a robot restaurant you can go to. There's a lot of cute little odd pop culture things going on in Japan if you're looking for that side of it. But that's about it. Thank you all for watching. I will continue this discussion in my next video. I will see you all next time. Bye.